Hi everyone, it's Giselle with a message for today. I haven't been on here for a while because it's been challenging to say the least, to feel inspired, and as you probably know, I only post when I'm inspired, when I feel I have a message to share, when I'm going to share something productive, and I don't want to make of any videos just for the sake of making videos, and that's why I've not been here for a while. I've also had to do a lot of healing work for myself and for loved ones, as well as for clients who've requested them. So I've been keeping busy, but I just wanted to summarize a few things that have come up, a bit of an energy update. And what I usually do before I post a video is I pick out a card, whether that's an oracle or a tarot or whatever picture I can find that sort of represents visually what I'm talking about in that video. But today I just shuffled this deck and I said, please just give me a card that will help me today. I don't know what I'm going to talk about exactly, but I just felt inspired to just turn on my camera, pull a random card. So we have the crown chakra card here, and just start talking. And if something really amazing comes through, then awesome. If not, I probably won't post it. So, what I've been doing for the past month since I last posted was go through a lot of inner child healing still, but not quite in the sense of little child. It's more like teenager, adolescent, certainly in the years that I wasn't living on my own yet. I left home when I was 18. So all the healings that I've been doing have been between the ages of, say, 9, 8, 9, and 18. So those years. And everyone has had difficulty in their life at some point. And so have I. I've definitely dealt with a lot of things that I thought were unjust, like situations that would just occur that I'd never even asked for and all of that. And in those moments, it's so easy to give in to feeling helpless, feeling like a victim, feeling hurt and abandoned and unable to seek the help that you need. And I was really looking at that. And what I concluded with is that I don't want to keep the door open to those energies, because it's quite funny, because as I was, growing up and becoming more independent and certainly living on my own and things like that, I thought I'd close the door on those chapters. I thought, you know what, those are no longer part of who I am. But for some reason, well, probably through isolation, really, I have started to think about these things again, something, and I can't remember exactly what, but I was in the shower just washing my hair, and suddenly I would start thinking about certain situations from when I was very young, feeling very hopeless and very unable to truly live the way that I want to live. And at the time, I felt it was through the people that were just not letting me be, something triggered a situation to happen where they thought, oh, let's target her, let's make her someone that we're going to treat unfairly. And so I was starting to think, how come this is coming up now? Like, why, after practically 20 years, has this started to resurface? And then I thought, well, if this is resurfacing, there's nothing I want to do. Like, I don't want to reach out to this person or these people. I certainly don't want to be thinking about the situation again because it's not helpful and it's not pleasant. What can I do to help myself? And so I thought, well, I'm going to diminish the amount of attention, the amount of pain, although it was painful at the time. Why should it be painful now? And so I started to shrink down that situation to practically nothing. And then I thought, you know what? It feels good to take away its power. That situation to no longer hurt or bother me. And so I started revisiting a lot of situations that have transpired since then, and no longer stuck in the cycle of why did it happen to me? Why did it have to happen? What did I do wrong? No, none of those type of questions were going to be helpful. So I didn't dwell on that. And I just thought, no, knowing now what I know, the best thing for me is to diminish any sense of power that I'm giving these situations. I'm going to take its power away through minimizing the experience at this point in time. It doesn't invalidate how I felt at the time when it was happening, and I gave my younger self love, and I sent the situation away knowing that now, in this stage of my life, it no longer needed to represent the same things that it did, and it no longer needs to hold the power that it once did. So I felt that that was very productive and very, very good. Another thing that I've been doing has been to really amp up my self-care and to really enjoy it. Not to do it with a sense of, oh, I'm only doing this so that I'll look better or that I'll be more lovable. No, I'm doing this because I love myself, because I love just the ritual of taking care of myself and to nourish myself. And through loving myself in that way, I am setting the standard for how I want someone else to love me back. And I have noticed people are much more kind, much more gentle, much more attentive. And it's all because I'm giving myself that. And I've also noticed that compared to years ago, I no longer have a deprecating sense of humor. It never really was my humor, to be honest. But because I was working in an environment where that's all people ever did, and certainly here in the UK, that seems to be a popular type of humor that people use. You know, I used to take part in that, but now I realize I don't do that anymore. Thank the Lord for that, because it was just so bad for my energy. And even though people think, oh, that's clever and you can laugh about and with yourself, it's like, no, why do you need to do that? There are so many other ways that you can utilize creatively, thinking about other ways to make jokes. Why do you need to involve yourself and drag your own energy down? So I've noticed that huge difference, which is really helping me too, to realize, wow, I've come a long way. You know, nipping something as small as that in the bud will help you really appreciate and love yourself. And even if, because I guess we're always striving for a sense of bettering ourselves in a way, even if we find things about ourselves that we don't really like, I'm able to now see, well, we're still headed into a direction to better this part of ourselves, but we don't need to harp on the fact that it hasn't transpired yet. And the same with our journeys. There's no need to be hard on yourself or blame yourself or blame the other person for things that have not transpired the way that you want them to yet. But just knowing that you are working on yourself. And it always comes down to yourself. I used to hate this myself, every time I would watch videos, or not even videos, but just like read about stuff and go, you need to work on yourself. You need to work on yourself. It's like, stop it. I don't like this. But I understand now that unless you do, you're not going to get very far. Stop focusing on everything else around and make your world the way that you want it to be. Love yourself the ways that you want others to love you. But of course, not with that in mind, not with like a false pretense of, oh, if I love myself, then others will love me. No, do it because you want to do it. Do it because it feels good, because that's the right thing to do, because it makes you feel happy, and then others will follow suit. It may not be tomorrow, it may not be next week, but one day everything will click as the energies become more solid, and then you'll realize, oh, look, all the work that I did put in because I wanted to, not because I had to, have now really, really helped me to achieve what I wanted to achieve. So yeah, that's a little energy update from me. I hope this helped you. I feel like this is good enough for me to post, and hopefully it will inspire me to do more. I feel like sometimes when you're just not very inspired, or not really feeling like doing, or giving attention or energy to something, once you do it, it's like it's something to get the ball rolling, I feel. And I hope that this helps. Also, if you want to book anything with me, I have bundle discounts, 25% off a 4-bundle purchase. All the details are in my community page, but I'll also try and post them here in my description of this video. And I thank you all so very much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.